our music, cause that train got me slow. We like our music, so slow, so slow. We like our music, so slow. We like our music.
I cross some ways, do some rocks non-stop. Only quitters quit, running faster up this ladder. Live life to the fullest, sky's the limits. Speak it to existence, say it if you mean it. God's is in you, can't spell universe without you. Beautiful black women know your timeline too. Searching for stop, only quitters quit. Run faster up this ladder, live life to the fullest. Sky's the limits, speak it to existence. Only say if you mean it. God is in you, can't spell universe without you. Beautiful black women, I know you're tired of being lied to. Searching for the juice when the queen's inside of you. A house is not a home if the people in love is not inside it. So love yourself and set your soul free and you will be excited.
I definitely like that ending better. I think the beginning part I might like the other two better though. Yeah. Do you want to listen back first?
Yeah, I want to listen back.
Okay, listen back.
My cousin said I would never go around like Buster. Here's a half a bar. Fuck ya. On the happiness pursuit, people gon' tell you that you can't do what they trying to do. Let that motivate you and elevate your mind state. To be great, I did it my way. I caused a couple waves, do some rocks non-stop. Only quitters quit, run faster up this ladder. Live life to the fullest, sky's the limits. Speak it to existence, only say if you meant it. God is in you, can't. If so, say hello. Yeah.
Cool. Oh,
I think that can be done. Alright, got you.
I'm thinking maybe just do the in between, like the lines, because when you do it together, I feel like it's like a lot of you.
Say hello.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Get up, get up, get up, get up.
I like the first wake up, you kind of pushing a little bit.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. Get up, get up, get up, get up.
Do you want to listen back just to see if you like it?
Yeah.
Okay.
People live inside of it, it's not in love to set yourself free, and you will be excited. So you won't eyes, cause you got you a boob job. Shit, that's about as good as it gets. First I heard my witness greatness as a baby when I cried, when I seen God in my mom's eyes. Wonder who I answer such as praise to. Before they were slaves and hung for trees and changed our beliefs. Praying to a white Jesus who looks more like me. The story was told before the Bible was broke. Oh man, it's gonna be tough. Some fat guys,
You got it. Here you go.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
First time I witnessed greatness as a baby, I cried, cause I seen God in my mom's eyes. I wonder who our ancestors praised. Before they were slaves, they hung us from trees, changed our beliefs, got us praying to white Jesus, who looks more similar to me. His story was told before the Bible was wrote. They came on their ships and then they robbed Egypt. We were scholars way before college, man. Samusa was the Lord of the mind, still the richest of all time. Still don't listen to you when they call you ignorant, but ask them who built the pyramid. Slaves hung us from trees, changed our beliefs, got us praying to a white Jesus looking more similar to me. His story was told before the Bible was wrote. They came on their ships and robbed Egypt. We were scholars way before colleges. Man's a loser, the Lord of the mines, still one of the richest mans of all time. So don't listen when they call you ignorant.
Is that your type of mic drop?
Yes.
No, you got it. You got the whole flow. You just have to smooth that out.
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright.
Ready?
Yeah.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Get up, get up, get up, get up.
Fake eyes gonna attract them fake guys. A fake butt always gonna give you fake love. Ooh and eyes cause you got your boob job. Shit, that's about as good as it gets. First time I witnessed greatness as a baby, I cried cause I seen God when I looked in my mom's eyes. We were the ones that built the pyramids.
What Watch out the Messy Musa part, because I think that's the only part that kind of trip a little bit. But other than that, everything is good. One more time.
God is bringing to a white Jesus who looks like me. His story was told before the Bible was wrote. Damn, we were the ones that built the pyramids.
Watch out the Messy Musa part, because I think that's the only part that kind of trip a little bit. But other than that, everything is good. One more time.
God is bringing to a white Jesus who looks like me. His story was told before the Bible was wrote. Cause I seen God when I looked in my mom's eyes. Wonder who our ancestors prayed before they were slaves, hung us on trees, and then they changed our beliefs. God is bringing to a white Jesus who looked like me. His story was told before the Bible was wrote. They came on their ships and ride Egypt. We were scholars way before they built colleges. Man's Musa, the Lord of the Mines. He still.
Let's try one more. Let's try one more. I was like, what? I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a little too much right there. I like your tone. I like the delivery. I feel like.
Ride Egypt, we were scholars way before they built colleges. Man's Musa, the Lord of the Mines. He's still one of the richest men of all time. So don't listen to them when they call you ignorant. Just tell them we were the ones that built the pyramids. Yeah.
That works. Back.
What up, it's your boy Phoeno, man. Urban Bible in the building. I'm over here recording in Barrons Studios with Victoria. And today we're going to talk about my album. This album right here is called I Still Luv Her Part 2. Part 1 is currently on iTunes and all available stores. I'd like to thank all the fans who got it. This album right here that I'm working on right now is about love. I'm going deeper in the depths of love. I'm telling you about the meeting, the greeting, the breakups, how you gotta rebuild yourself all over before you go back out there. And I also like to give y'all a little more depth into my life. And I like to give a shout outs to Candyman who did all the beats on it, besides one, and young one, he did So Slow featuring Rich Poe. And I gotta give a shout out to Flo, my brother John Lee, and my cousin Shannon. He sung 2 songs on there, and they sound marvelous. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and also Twitter. My name is Phoeno. That's ThePhoeno. And if you follow me, I will follow back. And I'm also getting the album mastered over there at Sterling Sounds. So thank y'all for following me on this journey. I'm gonna keep making beautiful music. Get ready for I Still Luv Her II, the continuation for I Still Luv Her. That's on iTunes right now.
So a lot of us, we work on a lot of different styles of music. You know, in the later 90s and everything, it was like a lot of hip-hop, a lot more hip-hop. That's just sort of what drove the charts. So at Sterling, we work with a lot of big artists, so we tend to work on what's on the charts, what's popular. And now what's kind of cool about now is pop radio's got everything. It's got rock, it's got pop, it's got hip-hop, it's got everything kind of in genre, which I love as an experience. That means I just work on more diverse material. And I love that. I've worked with big artists, small artists. I kind of gain the most pleasure from either, you know, as long as I like the music or I certainly even like sonically what's going on. That's a treat for me. You know, I do love my job, and that's a great thing that comes from it. Career highlights for me would be the opportunity to work with people who I was a fan of. And these weren't really big names at all, actually. They were just coming up in sort of the punk rock area, and having a few people that I was a big fan of, and then through the business, having contacts and end up working on their albums. That's a great feeling. That's kind of amazing. You sort of have to pinch yourself a little bit. Then you're building relationships, and now, you know, I call these people my friends, and those were great experiences. There were 2 or 3 of those where I was kind of like, I can't believe I'm doing this record. This is pretty awesome. Phoeno's album I thought was pretty cool. From a production standpoint, I really liked the mix of kind of like the dirtier sound with the clean sound. Sometimes people get a little too dirty for my personal taste, and what I'm talking about is sound here, not language. But like, so this has the grit, but kind of the clean sound as well, which I liked. I thought was really cool. Songs like Divided, I think, was probably my favorite. That was a good one. And Bad Girls is pretty cool. There's a couple tracks on there for sure that I thought stood out. But production-wise, yeah, I thought it was like a really cool sounding album, and not overdone. The mixes came in clean at a nice level, so I could really work with it and push it to a higher level. This is one of the rooms here, Chris Carrender's room that I also work out of. Sterling Sound has been around for, it's got to be more than 40 years. I was here when we turned 33, and that feels like a long time ago, so it's been a long time. It's one of the first big mastering studios in the world. Started in New York, so I think this is probably the third location. And it's been a pleasure to work with all the great engineers that have worked here and learn from them. Personally, I started at Sony Studios in 1994 and kind of worked my way up from there, and was around a bunch of great engineers as well. So with all that kind of history and experience, you kind of build your own palette of tools for mastering, which a lot of people aren't really sure what mastering is about, so I always make a couple analogies. One is sort of if you have a piece of fine art that you worked on and you want to have it presented properly in a gallery. It's sort of that final presentation, how it's presented to people, how it looks next to other art. So, the framing, all of that, kind of the final touches, the polish. Another thing is sometimes you've got something that sounds great, and you'll get it back from us, and it'll just be just that little bit greater, and that's our job. And it's kind of like when you have that window at home and it looks clean, and then you happen to wipe it and you're like, oh, it's actually not completely clean. Now it's even crisper. So that's sort of our goal. We take your stereo mixes or surround, whichever, and you just like the little things here and there, try and sweeten it up. Sometimes you do more, sometimes you do less. It depends. Certainly our job is to not get in the way. Do not make it worse. So that's what I've done, that's what I do, and that's where I've been.
My album is called I Still Love Her. This is a continuation of the first album. If y'all not up to date, my first album, I took a break from rap after Sky's the Limits. It was a mixtape that I just put out. And when I put that mixtape out, I was in the studio, it was in the house studio, and I kind of get along with the person recording there, the engineer. And we was arguing back and forth, because I was like, I want my music to be perfect. And he was like, you're underground, so your music should sound like this. So I felt like I wasn't in a spot to be creative. So after I finished that album, which I wasn't going to put out at first, I just gave it out to the internet for free. And one of my close friends, Dwayne Swayze, he was like, when are you going to start the next project? I was like, there ain't going to be another project. I said all angry and stuff. And he was like, just take you a break. So I took me a break, and he was working on his album, and he sent me a beat. He was like, yo, man, this is a beat I have. I don't even want it no more, man. Do you want it? So I was listening to it. I was like, yo, I like this beat. And I was like, why you ain't using it? And he told me the reasons why he wasn't using it. And so I was listening to it, and it was my future of my album, I Still Love Her. So it was just talking about how much he was in love with a girl, yada, yada, yada. That's what the beat was feeling like, and the chorus was already there when I was giving it to it. So I wrote to it, and then I was like, yo, man, I like this, man. Send me more beats. So he started sending me more beats later on that week. And I was just at home just writing. And I had like 5 songs written. And then he was like, so when you gonna record them? You normally record after a week of having a beat. And I was like, you know what, I never thought about that part. So long story short, I ended up meeting Barrons Studios where we at right now. And I started recording I Still Love Her. And the meaning of that album was not out of person, but I still love music. Even though I took that break and I felt like I was in the wrong spot. The time I heard that beat and that melody and I started writing, she was back. And so when I wrote that album, I put it out. It came out last year. It's on iTunes and all digital stores. It came out on my birthday also. That also was a plus. So now we're at the point where I'm doing the continuations of the album, because everyone who was hearing the album, they seen I Still Love Her. So they was like, who was this girl about? And I was like, no, it's about hip hop. They was like, we thought you was talking about a girl the whole time. So this album right here, I Still Love Her II, is a continuation about it being still hip hop. And I also add more of my life into it and start telling you about different phases that I went through in relationships. Because I got a song on my album called Bad Girls. And the song, it starts off with me just in the club, just having fun with my homies, and we just talking about random girls. Then I have a song on there after that comes in, and it's about me meeting that one girl that make me say, damn, that might be the one, let me slow down. And then after we slow down, we fall in love. That's the next song that comes on after that. It features Mia Stokes. It's called Don't Make Me Over. And she's singing her heart out in that song. And we just talking about how much we are in love, because that's the high point. Because there's 6 songs on there that's in order. And the third one is the highest point of your relationship. And then after that song cuts out, that's when I go with the same person who was singing Babe That's You. I forgot the name of the second song after the club song. He's also the same guy singing the hook for You're Breaking My Heart. So Babe That's You, fell in love. And I brought the same singer back to do the breakup song. And after she breaks your heart, you know, you got to be alone to rebuild. All men and women can relate to that. You just need some solo time, no matter how long it took. Just like I took that solo time when it came for me to do that last album. So after you take your break, we go to the 6th song. Like I said, it was in no order. I'm talking about me just going back to the clubs again. Like I started out just having fun again on my own. And there's more songs on the album also besides those 6. I have a song with Desiree called Divided. And that song we talking about how people without a parent in their family can separate them from others and how they think differently. And how some people choose a different direction to go and other people can't relate. And the song we recorded today is called Hello. And I got a song called So Slow that's produced by Young. And that song right there is just about Houston, how we like our music slow. And I got my boy Rich Poe on there. Bad Girls also got Rich Poe on there also, along with Flo. And some of my whole album, I think I'm forgetting 2 more songs, I might be wrong, but that is just an intake of my whole album, I Still Luv Her II. It's being recorded at Barrons Studios, where we at, and I'm planning on getting it mastered somewhere around July for Sterling Sounds, located in New York. I can't remember the exact physical address, but you can look them up. They did people like Bodyguard, they did Q-Tip album. They've been around for a long time. I Still Luv Her I is on iTunes right now in all digital stores. You can purchase that at any time. Thank y'all for all those people who did. This album right here is about love and life. I have Desiree on it. I have Mia Stokes on there. I have Young Production on there. I have Candyman who did all the beats, Flo on there, and also got Rich Poe, Shannon, and I got John Lee on the album. And this album is also getting mastered at Sterling Sounds, who worked with a lot of artists like Beyonce, Kanye, Q-Tip. They did the Boomerang album, soundtrack, and they also did the Bodyguard soundtrack. So it feels great to be a part of that, and I'd like to thank all y'all on this journey with me.
Okay, I'm K-Music, I'm a producer. I met Phoeno maybe 15 years ago when we were younger. He was rapping in and I was trying to rap in, and you know, we just kept in contact on and off throughout the years. And when I got back into production, he asked me to do some beats for him. I think I did 2 on his last album, Tomorrow, and the other one was Sex Money, I think that's what it was. But my favorite beat on the album would probably be this Bad Girls one. I like the sample he presented to me, and then when I chopped it up and put some drums behind it, I was like, okay, I really like this. It sounds more urban with what's going on, so I like that one. I'm trying to think of another one. We did maybe like 12 or 13 songs, so that's probably my favorite one. The Mary Jane one too, and I think he has one with Michael Jackson. I don't know if he's done it yet, but I like it. I like the beat, so I want to hear what he's gonna do to it.
My name is Jaguar. I've done a few hooks on this album, and hopefully it'll be something new for the people who's listening to hip hop and rap and something like that. Hopefully we'll be getting out to the mainstream media pretty soon.
Right now we're working on my song Bad Girls. It features Jaguar, Rich Poe, and Flo. And Jaguar in Houston growing up, we had Big Mo, and it's similar to our CeeLo, if you're from Atlanta. He's similar to the Nate Dogg that was in California. And Houston, we have this swag that Big Mo originated, where you see people like Kirk Cobain and my boy Jaguar also, they bring to the table. And my boy Jaguar has this laid back feel. In the song, we just talking about bad girls and how bad girls are in the club and how they like to do their things and what they like to do. And I also have Rich Poe in the song. He's a part of Urban Vibe along with me. And Urban Vibe, I'm considered more the laid back one. Rich Poe is more, not laid back, but he's like in between laid back and hype. And then you have Flo, who is completely hype. Rich Poe is sort of like our balance. And Flo is coming in to do his third verse to Bad Girls also later on today. He's the hype when he comes with the tracks. And you know, if you think of club anthems, Flo is the man to go to in the Urban Vibe count. And Candyman, he does the beats.
Yeah, ass like that can't be real. Body. Them cat like I. With them.
That you brush your hair. I like those stylish clothes you wear. It's the little things that you do that keeps me running back to you. She's thicker than a sticker, gotta think I'm on for the feature. So thoroughbred, cornbread, fan, cheese Louise, them yoga pants make me freeze. Like Dairy Queen, we get in them dreams, we all scream for ice cream. Yeah, they got my heart.
Real talk, I'ma blow it, get down, I'ma swim in the pussy. Real nigga talk, make that shit gushy. Nasty, bad, good.
Hey, this is Flo, here representing my city, Houston, with my boy Phoeno in the studio. A longtime friend that I knew growing up. We in the music industry now. We trying to get this buzz so we can get on the radio. We up and coming, we new artists, but we ain't new at the same time.
We in this thing.
What's up, this Flo, you know what I'm talking about? We up in here straight nasty nigga, you know what I'm saying? You got my boy Rich Poe, Jag, you know what I'm saying? We in here, we taking over Houston, we up and coming, real talk, 3, you know what I'm talking about?
Hot. Flo is like the best at what he do. Ad-lib king.
The
Most person with the most quotables.
Yeah, you know, the Jaguar right here, you know what I'm saying? I'm the hook
R&B
man.
sensation.
You know what I'm saying? Y'all need a hook? Come holler at your boy.
Phoeno the lyricist and Rich Poe the storyteller.
Storyteller. We got Walt
That's what
Disney
we
doing.
do. Pretty much.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, sir.
Hey,
yes, sir.
Elementary. Nasty.
Straight nasty. We nasty. I'm a freak. Nasty.
Urban Vibe, baby.
Urban Vibe. Urban Vibe. We've been rocking Urban Vibe for what?
Almost a decade.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute, man. Urban Vibe been around for a minute.
Just really start taking it seriously and things like that. You know what I mean? I think it's a perfect combination. Everybody writes their own stuff. You know, also there's different styles. You know, it's giving something different to the game. It's more than just
rapping.
how can I say, swagging on the beat. That's what
Yeah.
they call it, mumbling on the beat or whatever. We give you something you can think about, pretty much. It's the dynamic of it.
Yes,
So-
you
Just trying to be different, something different than Houston.
Yeah.
That's all. Than what we have, the normal. You know, if everybody sound the same, we go forever stay local. Period. So if somebody got sound different. The city of Sir, we the originators of a lot of stuff. There's a lot of people copying our style right now.
Yeah.
It's where slow down music come from down here.
Why you think the whole world sipping activists? Why everybody got double cups?
Double
It's
cup.
because of us. But how many Houston rappers you see in the game though?
Square business.
That's all.
Love my city, love my state.
My boy K Music.
What's going on, Play Music?
Right now we're in Barrons Studios right now, and we're talking about the working on my new album called Still Luv Her II. K Music, he does the productions and also writes the music. So when we go into a project, I normally just say, yo, K Music, you got any beats? And then he lets me hear a couple of them.
Yeah.
He got it on the website. Let people know your website.
The website is creativemusic.com, KREATIVEMUSIK.com. Like with the beats, it's just like you said, I let them hear a few, but you know, Phoeno always has this direction that he wants to go. So, you know, he'll be like, man, I got this idea for a sample. Like, what you think? You know, he'll run it to me and I'll be like, oh, okay, I like that one, maybe I don't. But then it'll be something I'll be like, okay, yeah, I can work with that one. And then they come out to be good and I'll be like, dang. Like, I like the Bad Girls one.
The Bad Girls.
Yeah, and I just thought about what did you call it? It was, I titled it PBE.
Oh, Breaking My Heart.
Breaking My Heart, yeah, that's what it was. That one was nice too. Like, I mean, where do you be getting ideas you be picking for the samples?
Well, most of the times I get the ideas from real life, and then I just think to myself, the emotion that it made me feel, and I try to think about what sample also has that emotion, or the song talking about it. Cause like Breaking My Heart, I was thinking about like an old relationship where a girl broke my heart basically. Yeah. And I was like, man, that would be perfect to talk about what I went through on a beat that someone was talking about, what they may went through, or the songwriter just went through. Yeah. And that's just how we normally come up with the collaboration ideas. Sometimes I ain't gonna lie, I spend like an hour or two just listening to old songs.
Yeah, the same thing. I mean, it's the same thing with production, just to find the right stuff. But you be picking a song.
Yeah.
Okay, now I got a question for you guys. So as far as like your childhood and stuff goes, I mean, talk about some of your experiences early on, or just knowing each other early on.
I met Phoeno through my family, Dwayne Swayze, and you know, we all three of us actually were like rappers, and that was before I got into the production, and you know, we kind of like worked with each other on and off through like the years, and then you know, everybody branched off and started doing their own thing. It's been pretty good for everybody. Like, yeah.
We came a long way too. It's good to still be here doing what we love to do.
Yeah.
That's why the album's called Still Luv Her. I had to promote love.
So there's a point in time, I guess, where, you know, Phoeno was kind of like, I don't really want to rap too much anymore. Were you around during that time?
I do remember when he did, Phoeno was like, he didn't want to rap. I mean, my people had told me, and I was like, oh man, you know, that's like, I was like, you know, that's unfortunate, because I remember the time when I didn't want to produce. So, you know, it's kind of something you go through with the craft. You might feel it one day, next thing you know.
I took a good break for maybe a year. I don't even know how, I think I did tell you. I told you and Dwayne and Aaron.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm taking me a break. And Dwayne was like, man, you'll be back.
Yeah.
He wasn't lying, though. He did come back.
That's how it happens.
Yeah. And it was your track, matter of fact, now that we're here. Because he told me, like, matter of fact, you told me, I'll let you hear I Still Luv Her, and you was like, My Future, I produced that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the tracks Dwayne sent me.
Okay, yeah.
Because he was like, you still not rapping? I got a beat that would be nice for you. And I was like, I'm through rapping. Then he was like, he emailed me it, and he was just like, yo, man, I can let you have that track for free. So I was just listening to it. I was like, yeah, I think I can mess with this one. But I didn't know until I finished the album that you did. You never told me you gave me that.
Yeah, that was when I did, like right when I started back. So it was probably like 2013 or 2012 or something. I remember that when I did that. And I didn't know that you had got it until you dropped. I heard that I Still Luv Her.
Yeah.
Rich Poet, Urban Vibe. I'm one of the artists on Urban Vibe. I'm doing the feature for Bad Girls. This on the upcoming album, I Still Luv Her Part 2. I Still Luv Her Part 2 is basically whenever you fell in love with hip hop. It's basically a love story. Tells its ups and downs of hip hop and things like that, and it's just taking it back to the core root. Unlike the new music that's out, you know, it's more like a 90s kind of feel, because that's when I fell in love with it, you know. my album is coming soon. I'm working on it. I've been an artist with Urban Vibe since pretty much he inked it. And as far as Phoeno, great artist. As far as the album, I think it's probably gonna do better than the first one because this one goes really deep in detail. You know, you will be thinking that you're in high school in love with, you know, your first love or something like that, and he's really talking about hip hop. It's very symbolic. It's very symbolic, and I have great expectations for the album. Hopefully, y'all like my verse. Rich Poet. Well, I knew Phoeno since I was born pretty much with first cousins. We both had the same love for music forever. You know, he just took the further extent and just really put his heart into it, you know.
And do you have any shout outs or anything you want to give to anybody?
Oh yeah, of course I want to give some shout outs to my daughter, Jayana Caston, who's 8, who has so much love for her daddy. I would also like to give a shout out to my mother, my family, and all the fans that are rocking with us and been rocking with us for day one, and the ones that love that true hip hop, you know, stories and that legendary penmanship, you know.
It's Young One. We're here in the studio with Phoeno working on I Still Luv Her Part 2. I made this beat about 5 years ago. Didn't use it. Let Rich Poet hear it. Phoeno jumped on, and now we have So Slow. It's coming. It's fire. Check it out. Yeah.
Good job.
Say yeah. So slow. Pour another cup. We like our music. Cause that train got me slow. And we like our music. So slow. We like our music. So slow. We like our music.
What up, it's your boy Phoeno. I'm here with Rich Poe and Young Win Barrons Studios. When we started working on my album, the first song I started with was Don't Make Me Over featuring me and Stokes. When I started that album, I didn't have the beat yet and I heard her voice, and then I did that record and it was a love song. And I started doing nothing but love songs. And at that time, my boy Rich Poe was working on his album called
Roaches and Ashtrays.
Roaches and Ashtrays. Yeah, I was working on that album at the time, and since I was like, mine's not coming no time soon. So I felt like that song went with the concept of his albums.
Yeah, because when we did it together, that movie was about Houston, Texas as a whole, and I was like, man, that album would fit perfectly with my album, like he was saying earlier. And so when we came back and listened to it, we fixed the little nickels and tucks here and there, made it sound perfect. Got Shannon to redo the chorus all over, and the beat was made by Young. What inspired you to make that beat, Young?
I don't know, just making beats, at the time. And I don't know, just came across a sample and heard it, loved it, just made a beat off of it, and then somehow got it to Rich Poet over here. It's supposed to be for his album, but eventually they told me that it was going to be for Phoeno's album. And I was like, alright, that works, and we got a chance to listen to it. It's fire. Fire. Sounds good.
It sounds definitely fire, because the song is about different sides of Houston. I'm from the south side of Houston, he's from the north side of Houston.
Correct.
So we were trying to combine the culture, and in the song we were just talking about the culture as a whole, because most people, they just know from the videos and what other people say. And like, I got friends and family all in every city, state, and they always call me and they always ask me about, yo, do you got any swangers? That's what we most known for here. So it was only appropriate to introduce our culture and what we seen growing up to the world.
Right. It's basically 90s. What was going on in Houston in the 90s when North and the South wasn't getting along none whatsoever? At no point in no time. Most of the time, if you was from the North, you couldn't go on the South, and if you was from the South, pretty much you couldn't go from on the North. So that's basically what we're really talking about in the song. What the North was doing at the time, as far as their music and their influence, and what the South was doing at the time, as far as their music. You know what I mean? Which we already know Screw started it all, Watts picked it up, and switched the house, and as you see,
Because most people out of state don't really know like the real culture of it all, because South Side had their own thing, North Side had their own thing. You couldn't even have braids on the South Side.
Nope.
You couldn't
Braids and fades, right?
Yeah, braids
one
and
side.
fades.
Yep.
And
One had blades, one had choppers.
have choppers.
One side had candy red, one side had candy blue. It was just crazy
Yeah,
like
it was
that.
crazy. And Southsiders, we used to say, this is our flip. They used to say slab.
Yeah.
I remember I was with my cousins, and most of all my cousins was from the north. And then one of my cousins said something to me, and I was like, let me go to my flip right quick. And my other cousin was like, what side of town Phoeno was from?
Southside.
I was like, oh man, but the beat was really that crucial.
Yeah. It's like, I seen an interview with Paul Wall, was like, we couldn't listen to it. He was right. Like, we couldn't listen to them songs over there like that. A lot of us didn't jam that, so we had to jam it on the low.
Yeah.
And if you saying you wasn't jamming it on the low, you a liar.
Yeah.
Because if you was a real north sider or a real south sider, you know that hate was real. And if you saying it was kumbaya, you lying.
Yeah.
Stop it. It's kumbaya now.
Yeah,
But it wasn't like that then. But that's basically what this song was about. Letting y'all know what it really was about then.
Cause like when Michael Watts had started doing his fuck action, that's what he called
That's
it.
that fake switcher. I mean, that's that fake screw.
That's that fake screw.
Don't listen to that fake screw.
But if you was in a relationship with a girl, she was always like, yo, play this music on while we together. You just like, nah, I can't do that.
It's fuck action. That's that fake screw. We don't want to hear that.
Yes, things we used to say on the
All
south
the
side.
time. All the time.
And it was like that on the north side whenever they was listening to Screw.
Yeah.
They couldn't listen at 3 in the morning because it was from the south side.
Yeah. Or south side. Kiki.
Yeah.
Wish I would sing that. Fucking around then.
Yeah, that song you talking about.
Yeah.
See, he's from the north side. He can't even say it's the south side song. Little Kiki.
Nah.
That's how it really is.
Nah, it was like that. It was like that.
It was really like that.
You know?
But most people from out of state wouldn't even know that. They would just think, oh, Paul Wall and everybody all kumbaya, they all hanging with each other. It's not to throw people's names out there like that. But it really wasn't all really kumbaya. North side did their thing, south side did their thing. And then whenever they met up together, it was just like, it's time.
Yeah.
I even got a story because I was from the south side, so I had braids like the north side.
Yep.
When I went to, got in college, I went to U of H once, and someone was like, where you from, yada, yada, yada. And I was just like, I'm from South Park. They was like, oh, okay.
What you do with braids?
Yeah, they was like, what you doing with braids?
Yeah.
And then they left me alone and started screaming Southwest, and I just laughed like, oh man, it's my people.
It's crazy, because they had the Sean Kemp joint. Remember? They had
Yeah.
the little piece like that, the south side fade. The
Yeah,
Sean
yeah,
Kemp.
South Side fade. If you was from South Side, you had to have that haircut. I did not like that haircut.
That was
Still
like,
don't
that
like
was
that
crazy. That was crazy. That's crazy. But that was
Forgot
hip
about
hop.
Sean.
That was hip hop though, cause at that time, Screw and Watt, they was like, both of them was skyrocketing.
Yeah.
You know, North and South had money. Slabs was everywhere. You know what I'm saying? You come down MLK on a Sunday, where the car wash used to be, when it was still open. You come down there, you can just post. It's like a parade every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
Every Sunday.
I remember as a little kid just going and just staring and watching.
Right.
Yeah, I can't wait to get older to do
For
that.
real. All them cars, all that candy, all them blades, like, just poking out like that. That's our thing. That's our culture. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. Like, every city, every state had their culture and things like that and stuff. So you should always represent where you're from.
Yeah.
And that's what this song was
That
about.
the song's about showing you that our culture was actually big, but it's also split in two. And you really wouldn't know that unless you was from here. Because you might come to the south side and you might be like, yo man, what up? I got this, where the slabs at? And everybody be like, where you from?
Mm-hmm. Don't let the gang fool you. We started the activist trend. Don't let no state fool you. Nobody was sipping syrup. Nobody was sipping syrup. Stop it. That is a Texas thing. That's been a Texas thing forever, since the 80s. Probably longer than that, right?
Yeah,
probably 70s.
Big Mo Mama was the one that started that drinking the syrup.
I'm telling you, it's been here forever.
That's
so
why he called himself the bar baby.
that's a trend. That's us. So a lot of people borrow from us, but don't. Like, I feel like a lot of people look over Texas like that
Oh yeah, they do.
and take so much from the culture. That's crazy. I never understood that. It sound like one of them beats when you pull up in the slab on a Sunday, hitting corners, swinging. You know what I'm
Playing
saying?
Pac-Man in the middle of the street.
Playing, just chilling.
Yeah.
It's just like that cruising music. You
Just
know what I mean?
cruising.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Slab got the slab with the convertible down on it. You know what I'm saying?
just feels smooth.
Right.
Yeah.
Bad chick on the side of your hair blowing. Just
Yeah. That's
No
the main reason
worries.
why I kind of wanted it. Because it took me like a week or two to actually call him.
I know.
I even told him that because I was like, man, this song would be perfect.
I'm like Dr. Dre when it come to albums.
That's why I started
I'm not gonna
talking
lie.
about. I started out with Mia Stokes song because I was just doing nothing but the love song because I wanted to make sure that part of the album was correct because I never did a love album, so I wanted to make sure that was correct. So when we did that song, and then it was like weeks went by, I was like, all right, it's time to go to the portion where I can just rap about whatever I want to.
Represent.
So I don't know which one was the first one that I recorded. And I just kept. I got like my up drive. I got all the songs recorded here on it. So I was just flipping through all the songs. I even got Shine On there. The So Slow on there. I was just skipping it. I was keep going back like, man, I want Shine On and I want this a little bit.
Shine On, not yet.
Yeah, Shine On from the DJ Shine album. So I was like, man, I can't call it Shine. That's already a C, man.
Right.
So I was like, let me call Rich Poe. I think I want this one.
We should shoot a video for
Shine On.
no, So Slow.
So
well,
Slow.
well, that too.
Shine On.
And So
I think,
Slow.
yeah.
Both of them. Like,
Yeah,
I
both
see
of them
So
is
Slow
nice.
be like I don't know.
It's
I
gonna be
think
crazy.
a badass video, like
Yeah.
all of us and shit.
Yep. Have a
Yeah.
kumbaya
Yeah.
or kumbaya.
Yo,
Yeah.
Oh,
makes something hot.
that was a jab. But yeah, that'd be nice on a Sunday or a Saturday
Yeah.
at the park, cars packed. Yeah,
Just
that'd
like
be
everyone's
nice.
chilling, have a good time with it.
That'd be
You know?
cool. That's a cool video, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Let's do it.
But yeah, when Screw was popping, man, I remember I was at Hartman Middle School. People used to walk like 3 or 4 miles all the way to the screw shop just to get the latest screw tape when it came out.
Yeah, that's true.
Man.
That's true.
Yeah, it was crazy back in the glory days.
Yeah, that is true. Different tapes. You
You
got.
couldn't take them to school.
Nah,
Someone gonna steal out your backpack.
cause we didn't when Swisher House dropped, it was CDs. You know what I'm saying? And they had so many different spots you can get Swisher House CDs from. You know what I'm saying? There was so many bootleggers around there. You used to make me laugh because OG Ron CV on that talking about catch a bootlegger, bootlegging my shit, that's your ass, get the real shit. Swisher House.
My favorite thing he used to say, speaking of him, he was like, if your dude got the bootleg, that means he's bootleg. Don't be hanging with fake dudes.
He's a fuck nigga.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's what he said.
man.
I was like, oh man.
That was crazy, but that will make you want to go buy the real. You know what I'm saying? Because you can tell the real one and the fake one. Like the real one, it plays all the way through, right? The fake one, they have it's a set, like you know you're going to the next song. It's not continuous. So you know somebody has a fake one when they turn on the corner. And then it goes to the next. Bootleg. Take that out your.
I forgot about that. He used to do that.
Yep, that was crazy.
Yeah.
That was crazy. People miss that. They never get to see that part of Houston.
Bootlegs is cool now. Bootlegs is cool. Everybody bootlegging everybody out.
True.
Movies and all that.
It's just progression though. You gotta think about it. We went from the radio. Everybody's by the radio, remember?
Yeah.
You know, everybody listened to all the shows on the radio.
Yeah.
Back in the day, I wasn't born then.
Yeah.
But the kids would come downstairs and they'll listen to the radio, right? Then what came up after that? The record player, right? Everybody's listening to the record player. That died.
Yeah.
Tapes died.
Yeah.
CDs, we were just talking about this.
Yeah.
CDs, they're about to die.
I
Now it's gonna be streaming.
Yeah.
I like CDs, man.
They're gonna die though.
Yeah,
It's just progression. It's gonna go.
I listen to everything on my USB card.
That's
I
like,
just
look,
said. Just
that's
put it
like-
in my car.
yeah.
Just
That's you gotta grow with it. That's
now they
like
got
cable.
Bluetooth on your phone now. You can just
Right. Your phone is everything now.
Yeah.
That's like cable. You think cable's gonna be around in a while?
Yeah.
Why do I need cable for?
And it's crazy how the generations
You
is.
got everything.
Like
A
my mom-
fire stick, everything. I'm
I
watching.
like too.
Man, why I gotta go to the movies to see All Eyes on Me? For what? I done seen every movie that's in the theaters already.
Yeah.
Come on. It's faster now. Information is coming out faster. So it's like now when you do an album, it's like either you do an album or you drop hits. Because it seems like the game doesn't enjoy an album like that.
No.
Not the majority.
Like
They
take
prefer
it,
the hits.
Like take it,
That-
but like digest them.
They're not gonna just
Yeah,
digest it like
diarrhea.
that. It's like diarrhea
Some
music.
people do.
Yeah.
Some people
So
do.
Yeah.
that's the minority though. That's not the majority. That's not the
It also
masses.
helps you out. I ain't gonna lie, I just joined Tidal, man. And when I'm on Tidal now, since I can't listen to the Jay-Z album because I'm a new subscriber, all I've been doing today is just listening to old albums like DJ Khaled and everyone. I'm just like, yo, I probably would never listen to that album, man. All no offense if I didn't have Tidal. Because it's just like right there. It's like new
all
album.
the music there. Like you can go back to all the stuff you never.
Because you go to the
like,
main
like
page.
forgot about it, or
everybody. That too.
That too. Yeah, you forget about it. Like it's certain Jay-Z albums I don't have anymore, but I would enjoy to listen to.
Yeah, you can just type in his name and it's there.
You know, I just think that's what the game will go to. CDs is like the go.
That's good.
Yeah, the homepage have everybody. I was listening to Bruno Mars album. I never even heard it, and I was like, oh, I see why people say he was the best artist of right now.
Yeah, it gets your music faster, in a way. So
It's basically the new YouTube. Cause you remember how everybody was like, oh man, I can see every video. I don't gotta wait for it on BET no more.
Yeah. And
You know.
Vivo first came. Yeah.
I love Vivo.
They was like, Vivo. Shoot. And Vivo, that was when Kanye, College Dropout. Damn, I'm old. College Dropout. Vivo, the Slow Jams video.
Shit.
You can watch that all day.
Little kids, we used to have to call the box to see videos.
Oh yeah, the box. You remember that? It was a station you can call in, and they got a number down there for whatever favorite video you want to watch. The box.
Yeah.
Man.
Now you can just put it on your phone, watch the video. Like man.
Progression, man. And you gotta progress with hip hop. Like, I feel like this. If you have a fan base, at times, in order for you to grow, people tell you need to go outside your fan base, right?
Yeah, they'll tell you that.
They'll tell you that, right?
Get your Instagram.
And what would that do? And what would that do though?
Nothing.
For the people that was truly down with you, what does that do to them?
Pisses them.
When you go left.
Pisses them.
Right.
Exactly.
So which way do you go?
Just go true to yourself. That's it.
Right. Cause I was somewhere
you
really.
attract whoever. Because then most fans might not be growing with you.
Right. So sometimes it is good to go through the rough times before you get to where you at. Cause sometimes when you get stuff too fast, if you come out the game and you got a hit, like look at Designer. Designer got a Panda.
Right. Yeah.
He'll never be able to top Panda. Ever. That's a fact. He'll never be able to top Panda. Everything that he's been dropping, everything he's been dropping lately, like people hear it, but ain't nobody running, ain't nobody checking for it. You get what I'm saying? Compared to you coming out with a body of work and a catalog that some fans will definitely, exactly. So you
come
grow.
out strong, you got it.
Right. So it's not bad to go. It's not bad to struggle. As far as like that. Cause that's how I feel.
What was it on? Empire State of Mind. That was Jay-Z's biggest song right there.
Yeah.
That was like what, 09?
Right.
His artist got a chance to grow to him all the way to #1.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, you do got a point with that one.
And Jay had a lot of comp at that time. They was like, oh, that's Jay-Z first #1. There's a lot of competition at that time when Jay was coming out. You gotta think of, look at 9-6.
Yeah. That NBA draft was nice too. That was a tough year for everybody.
That was a tough year for everybody in hip hop. There's a lot of people didn't survive 96, man. Think about it. Or 97.
Yeah.
Come on, man. Really, after 9, you can say this, man. When Pac died, that was the death of the dynasty. That was it for Death Row. Period. Gone.
Yeah.
Over. Big died. It's a difference.
Yeah.
Puffy. Puffy's the difference. Puffy was an artist, but Junior Mafia died.
Yeah.
Nobody ever did nothing Junior Mafia, but Kim. But Kim was a brand of her own. They was trying to make her to be that anyway. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. She was supposed to be the queen of them all.
Everybody.
Her and Lil C's, but she was better than C's.
It's hard to survive, man. People make them hits like, look at Mims. He did make $1 million saying nothing on the track. He made $1 million saying nothing on the track, right?
Yeah, that was his rap line. He said it himself.
Where he at now?
Without saying nothing on the
Where
track.
he at now?
Hope he used that $1 million wise.
That's what I'm saying, chingy. But the thing about it is, if you do have these #1s, you can tour forever. You know, like you the oldies or something like that.
Yeah, Metallica's still on tour.
You right. You right.
Yeah, I didn't see that till Victoria posted on Instagram. I was like, they was here.
Want to be great?
Yeah, that's what you see. It says it depends on what you want to be. Do you want to be great, or do you want to be like that?
Yeah, you want to be known as that one-hit wonder dude.
Right.
Yeah, no one wants to be that.
Is it?
You don't want to be still singing a thong song at 40.
Right. Some people.
Some people will do it.
Yeah.
For further money.
But it's hard to make another hit. It's hard. If you come out with a hit out the gate, it is hard to top that hit. It's hard. I can't think of nobody that has topped their best work yet. Like, look at who is that? Outkast. They'll never be able to out top what they've done with that last album.
Yeah, that's why
Love Below Speaker Box.
That's why Andre 3000 hasn't put out nothing yet.
There's nothing more I can do.
I heard his friend say that about him.
That feeling is bad, man. And then some people don't want you to grow up in hip hop. They want you to stay young forever.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
That's what Jay-Z go against.
Forever young.
Yeah, they want you to. They want you to. They want you to stay, 18, 19, 20, 21 forever.
Why?
I don't know. That's the fans want it. Because that's how they see you as.
He said, you like my old shit, go buy my old album.
Right.
Jay-Z always say that.
And look, that's why I say with the Pac and Big, they left 25, 24. So this is the only way y'all can see them as. It's 25 and 24. They never grew up.
No.
We didn't get to see Big or Pac when they old.
They never got a chance to fall off. Either.
Never had a chance to
it's
fall
like Michael
off.
Jordan hitting the game winner and getting 6th ring and just
Right. Right. We done seen a lot of people that had make you think would they ever fall off? Because we done seen a lot of people that had 2, 3 good albums, and after that, we don't see them no more, right?
Yeah.
Think about it. We have Nelly.
Yeah.
Nelly. And you might as well say Big and Pac had a career like Nelly if you want to think money-wise and sell.
True, because when Nelly first dropped Country Grammar, most people forget, I think it was the Vibe magazine, they said he's the 22nd best rapper of all time off
the first album.
Nelly?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. So that makes
Who's
you
writing
wonder.
that? Who's writing
Vibe.
that? Who's getting paid to write that?
The labels. Think the labels, Universal.
If you can remember, he was everywhere, especially when High Hair came and the album.
Yeah.
He was getting that cake. He sold 10 million his first album.
That's what I'm saying. So you take
That's like the only song people remember.
Right. So you take a
But
career
if he died right then and there, people would be like, yo, how big would Nelly be?
Yeah.
We see.
Yeah.
Now we see now.
We see.
Yeah.
Then people say, oh, Jay-Z and Nas, but see, they don't drop consistently like that no more.
You don't have to.
They don't have to. You know what I'm saying? But that's
Still
rare.
waiting on that Nas album.
We still waiting on Nas album.
They're in control.
But people can't, and they can't act like, people can't say Jay ain't flop. People can't say Nas ain't flop.
True.
They have some flopping albums. That was like, I can name some. You got Jay-Z Volume 1. Kingdom Come.
Kind of like the Kingdom Come anymore.
You like 4 songs.
Maybe
on
like,
it.
yeah,
You like the first 4.
That's good.
The first 4.
Yeah, there's a couple songs.
The first 4. Come on, man.
All I need.
The first 4.
When I put the CD in, I'll be like, all right.
And then after that, you don't listen to it no more. The first 4, bruh. That's like everybody talking about, oh, the Carter 3 is so great. How many songs do you listen to on the Carter 3? Let's be honest.
3 or 4.
3 or 4 songs, right?
It's like
Come on.
Intro.
Mr. Carter.
Let the Beat Build.
Yep.
Like that one.
Other than the commercial crap you
And
threw out.
then I forgot what else is on there.
See?
Yeah.
That's 3 or 4 songs.
Yeah, those ones are good.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, most people will give you 3 or 4 songs. I don't know so many albums that I've listened to all the way through. Yes, I do. Stillmatic. I can listen to that all the way through. Reasonable Doubt.
Blueprint.
The Blueprint.
I listen to College Dropout.
I can listen to that all the way
Late
through.
Registration.
Late Registration. Kanye got a lot of classic albums.
Graduation.
What's that other one?
Graduation.
The other one, Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Oh, yeah, that was nice.
That's nice. Yeezus, oh man, I couldn't.
It took me a
messed
while
me
to
up.
get
It was
into
like 2 or 3
Heartbreak.
songs.
That was nice.
Yeah, 2 or 3 songs. And Bound is probably the only one.
I'll give you that feeling of like,
Right, yeah.
what he used to do.
Right. So you look at that like that. Even his last album, the same way. So you got something like that, but has Kanye had a flop?
Not really. He's so.
I was said love. I didn't care for that one. I
Like,
know
what
Yeezus.
808s.
Oh, Jesus.
808s.
I like 808s.
808s was cool. It took me
I
a
like
while
it.
to get
I ain't take it as a rap album.
Yeah.
I ain't looking at it.
If
as a
you
rap
actually
album.
think about it, he was ahead of his time. He would be no Young Thug if it wasn't for that album.
True.
Yeah, I think what he was doing.
But I ain't get that off him. Your boy.
Yeah,
that's all auto tune, and that's predestined because
true.
Your boy, who originated it, that was on California Love.
A ripple effect. It was still what happened.
The auto tune effect.
Cause Lil Wayne and
he was doing it on mixtapes.
T-Pain.
Yeah, Wayne was doing it on mixtapes.
He was the first to do a whole album.
He just did the first whole album. Yeah. But he had some cool songs on there. He went outside the box. But I don't never count that as an album, rap album. I just count it as an alternative music.
Yeah.
In a way. You know what I mean? Kind of like who also has an alternative type of Wayne had one. His rock and roll album, right? Wayne had a rock and roll.
Yeah,
album.
Was it like
they had Prom Queen on there.
Queen was on there.
What album was that?
No, it's a rock and roll album. What was they had this song? He's on fire.
I forgot the name of it.
And
I don't know.
And what you call it?
Yeah, what up?
He's on fire. Prom Queen.
Barrons Studios.
And
I remember, but I forgot.
With the one with Eminem.
I just stopped listening like after Carter 3.
You did? You didn't like Carter 4? I think it was rushed.
Yeah, I don't know. After Carter 3, I was just like, okay, like a bunch of other shit came out.
Right.
I was more into that, and like Wayne was just kind of
right
for me. Just,
what you think?
This thing, but
what you think of Drake? Like, be honest.
He's got bars, yeah. He can rap. He can make songs. Just stuff that I listen to, not really.
It's,
I don't know. Not really. I mean,
I guess.
He's got it.
See, people say he makes great songs. Drake. That's what I can say. He makes great songs. But people gotta understand, there's been ghostwriters out there for years.
Yeah, years.
People been doing that for years.
Easy, he had ghostwriters.
You know what I'm saying? Easy never rapped. Dr. Dre never rapped.
Hip to the hip. They didn't even
write that.
The first rap record that was on the radio wasn't even written by them.
Right.
That's deep shit.
But see what messes it up? What messes it up when you say you the greatest rapper? You can't do that.
You can't say it.
You can't say that because you don't write your
I wish I knew the lyrics because the dude that rapped, he said my name is yada yada yada. He even said the ghostwriter name while he was rapping it.
Yeah. So they've been doing that for years.
That's crazy.
So that kind of if he didn't come out talking his greatest spitter and all that stuff, it would have been different. Cause Kanye will tell you I don't write all my stuff.
Yeah.
He'll tell you. You know what I'm saying? Do I write all my sort of?
Yeah.
He's telling you. He ain't gonna lie to you. That mean guess which ones I wrote. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because everybody knows he didn't write Jesus Walks.
Yeah, we know he didn't write Jesus Walks. There's a lot of songs he didn't write. He didn't write, I don't think he wrote Spaceship.
Oh yeah, they say Consequence
probably wrote that one.
Yeah.
Rhyme Fest, he was helping him out a lot.
Yeah, Rhyme Fest wrote
what people gotta understand, I was telling people this a long time ago, when you're an artist, it's like, it goes so much into being an artist. It's like you're a product. I keep trying to tell people this. They don't like the way I say this, because a lot of people told me this. But why I'm saying it's a product, because it goes so much into it.
Yeah.
You got a publicist. You have somebody that's filming you all day. You got people that may write for you, which is your writing team. You know what I'm saying? You got a road manager.
Yeah.
You got all these people that's making, then you got your marketing team. You know what I mean? Only thing you really got is investors. You got all of this. They're investing in this product. Because most people aren't what they are. You get what I mean? It's a lot of people like that. It's a persona, whatever character you tend on playing. Because there's a lot of people that's not the way they say they are. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Depends on who you are.
It's always been fake.
It's always gonna be like that.
Hairstylists, people telling you what clothes to wear.
Yeah. Like
this
is
not
edgy.
you. Wear it is.
This is edgy. Wear this. Oh, why don't you color your hair this time? They try to control you.
Yeah.
Like young, they might say, "Oh, put some streaks in your shit."
No.
And you be like, "Hell no!" But this is what you need to do because da 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 da. But if you sign that contract, you ain't got no choice. It's a rigid contract.
Yeah.
That's what happened to Chief Keef. You don't want to do what they tell you to do? Okay, goodbye. Now you will feel more in a 360 deal, which is, you gotta do whatever you gotta do. But what I'm saying is he could have just went independent and said, forget it. I wouldn't even sign a record deal. Your buzz was so big. You don't need the labels anymore. That's what people fail to realize. But I understand some people because some people need money right now.
They have no guidance.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, that too, but they have no guidance. They don't know
Right.
where to go. You know what I mean?
Man, the best thing they created was the internet. Greatest.
Yeah.
You know why? Because we can drop a song right now and put it on the internet. And if it goes viral, boom. Even without a label. Somebody be calling you to book shows off that one song, even without a label. Slim Jesus just did it.
Yeah.
He just did it.
There's a lot of booking agents out there too, trying to get on and already on.
He went viral. Now he booking shows. Probably getting 3,000, 3,000 a show. That's enough. You your own host. That's why the internet is so great. You are your own business now. That's the greatest thing it could have gave you. That's how you can beat the labels. You are your own business.
Yeah.
I don't need you.
Chance the Rapper. We forgot about him.
See what happens? People want that bag.
Yeah.
They want that bag.
But it's kind of hard to resist. Then they give
It is hard to
like
resist.
6 million.
It's hard to resist, especially if you ain't not used to having nothing.
6 million up front.
It's
That is
hard. It's very
They
tempting.
play with their temptations.
Yeah.
They play with you.
They play with you.
Yeah,
They dangling this. Hey yo, I got this bag. I got 6 million. Sign right here, right now.
But it's 6 million that we want it
Yeah,
back.
we recouping that.
Yeah, we want it back now.
Or it be something in your contract. You gotta sell this many records in order to
Keep this
all
money,
that
yeah.
stuff. Come on, man.
Exactly.
You're dumb, yo.
Like people gotta be willing. It's
You gotta
hard.
smart enough.
It's hard. I want to give up every day because I be like, yo, it gotta be another way. Something.
Then the game is dirty. I ain't gonna even say no names, but someone had signed a contract once and they gave them money up front and was like, yo, I want to help you find you some houses. So they ended up buying houses and everything. So,
I remember that.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Yep.
I don't want to say no names.
Yep.
It was a big artist. And so when they told them what houses to buy, they bought the houses and everything. So it was like I'm saying, like 2 or 3 years later, they was like, all right, y'all owe us this money. They was like, I'm sorry, man, we don't got the money, man. Y'all owe us money. They was like, we don't owe you money. Y'all owe us money. You know, they was fighting back and forth. They was like, you know what? We're going to handle it a different way. And they just took all their houses. And then they found out the labels owned the real estate that bought their houses. It was a straight chain.
It's crazy. Keep your music.
Yeah.
That's what I tell people. Keep your music.
In case you get TLC, had the same lawyers as
Yeah.
that record company too.
You gotta keep your music, man. Keep ownership of your music. Don't let your music, your masters. There's a lot of people behind closed doors. They're not gonna tell you they don't have their own masters.
Yeah.
They're not gonna tell you that. But they'll get on Instagram with buku cash and all that. But they're not gonna tell you they don't own their own masters. Are you serious? 30,000 on the net, but I don't own my masters. Right? That's genius, man. Got him, huh? Oh my God. You know, or I'm not gonna even talk about these artists like that, but I would never go back to my old elementary or high school and I'm bragging, talking about I'm getting this much a show, then I come and bring them $1,000.
And it was crazy for nothing. And I'm
That's
getting
crazy,
hands.
but
it was a group that did that.
People forget where they come from.
And they gave just $1,000
Right,
to school.
right. People forget where they come from.
Wow.
People forget where they come from. And then they tell these kids lies. And they think, and it's wrong. Just like everybody's an addict now.
Yeah, that's another thing wrong with hip hop.
You acting like you're an addict, and these kids thinking it's cool to do that because they think you do that. And this is why you're so because I remember when I was 11, 12, 13, you know what I'm saying, 9, 6, Pop was the man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Period. Everything. So like everybody wants to be Pop. Or in their essence, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So you got kids, 12, 13, that's who they want to be.
Yeah, they see the videos, they're like, oh, he got the girls.
Yeah, because he be rolling all the time.
Oh, I want to do them drugs.
Yeah.
That would give me the girls.
Yeah, that's gonna get me there.
When you ain't mature in the head as a kid, you would assume that's the way to go, then it's too late.
But see, that's what's
became
up,
a follower in the world.
See, that's the concept of your whole album, though. All of that, with the change of hip hop, period. How it's changed, because this went from people saying self-destruction. We heading for self-destruction, right?
Yeah.
Now everybody want to be a drug dealer. Back in the day, drug dealer was bad. Yeah. Everybody in hip hop, all the hip hop artists used to get together, right? Yeah. To try to stop the crime and stop the drug dealing. Then it flipped in the 90s.
Yeah.
Everybody want to be drug dealers.
Yeah, the drug dealers, my friends. They start saying stuff
like that.
They used to give me money when I was on the streets.
You know why? Because the drug dealers had more money than the rappers.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it flipped the script.
Flipped the script quickly, then.
That's why I don't like KRS-One.
And
Don't
now
be trying to preach
everybody
this
addicts
gospel to
now.
us.
Since we going all the way down, it's fighting against drugs. Then it became I'm cool with the drug dealers. Now they buying drugs from the drug
Exactly.
dealers. That's what we.
So we went from positivity to drug dealers to addicts. I wonder what the next one gonna be.
Yeah, I know, right?
Lord, what's the next one gonna be? Like
what's lower than an addict?
What's lower?
I know, right? They'll find a way.
They'll find some way to put it somewhere else, but it's
just declining.
It's declining. And then the people that talk about real stuff, they don't get the light.
One of the first biggest songs from Houston besides Ghetto Boys was I forgot his name. He did that song I Am a Dolphin.
Oh yeah.
He talking about his homeboy telling kids stay off of drugs, yada yada yada. Since we talking about how it changed, but that's exactly what you were saying earlier about how it all changed.
Yeah.
Because the early '90s and the '80s was all about this is what my friend doing. The kids don't do that.
Right. And these are the consequences of what may happen. You know what I'm saying? Instead of, but now they saying Molly, Percocets. But they not telling you that, okay, if you taking both of these drugs, feeling this type of way, and you hop behind the whip, anything can happen.
Yeah.
Or you may act differently. Get into it with anybody, then what happens?
Yeah.
I don't
can't forget they all got guns now.
Everybody got guns too now.
Yeah.
Or fake guns. Either or. Well, what sense does that make, posing your guns and all that stuff now?
Yeah.
It's too much. It's too much. Either you're gonna be this or you're gonna be that. If you're this, don't cross over to that. Because I'm not gonna respect you like this, especially if you haven't been trying to grow. You get what I'm saying? If I've been a trap artist all my life, right?
Yeah.
But you seen the progression in each album, I'm not talking about the same thing. It'll be fine for me to talk about politics because I was already going in that way. If I want to, I'm growing.
You're not saying the same shit.
Right, but take this artist, I'm a trap artist, and this is what I've been talking about on all my albums. But this album I decided to talk about.
Just a whole 360.
I'm not going to take it seriously.
Because he didn't transition smoothly?
How are you transitioning? If you talked about, it's no growth in your albums, then you bring me this.
Yeah. It's like which one really was,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like, I'm all about growth.
But you want
Your favorite artist.
But you want to see the growth through the music?
Exactly. If that's...
You don't want it to just be abrupt?
How is it growth abrupt?
I actually know what artist he's talking about, but just say someone did 10 albums, just nothing but trap.
Yeah.
I'm a gangster, shoot people,
yada,
yada.
Then all of a sudden they did, boom, they did this.
Bam.
Like,
out of nowhere.
But then, how do you... I don't know. I'm just like
why are you doing this now?
Yeah.
Because
maybe this guy was
popular?
secretly like growing secretly, but this is what really got him on. So you just
you had us acting ignorant the whole time. Now you want that's crazy.
No, but people do fuck with shit like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
that's like misleading
but it's almost like it's more true if like you go along. I mean you're
you
growing
show me your steps,
little by little. Right. So it's just I don't know. It's just I think you just gotta sit down with that person and just talk to him straight up, to really even know anybody.
Right. That's fact. That's fact.
Yeah.
That's fact. But if you're giving out music,
but if you're like
if you're a musician, your fans are growing. You know how it is. Like your favorite artist, I guarantee your artist, each album, your favorite artist grows.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. The first song on the track, I'm looking to put I Still Love Her. That's part 2 to continue the album. That was the one with the Mary Jane girls.
Okay.
With the girl singing in the background.
Yeah. That one was a nice one. I think that one was you wanted to sample, what was the other one? You wanted to sample the other Mary Jane first, and then I had dug that one up, and it was like, okay, I like that one.
Yeah.
That one.
Then I ended up getting both of them.
Yeah, both of them. But that one was I was just looking through samples, and you wanted I can't remember the other one.
It was I forgot the Mary Jane song.
I can't remember it, but I was digging through samples and I heard that one and I was like, all right, let me try this one, and I did that one.
It was All Night Long?
Yeah, before All Night Long, because I downloaded the CD and I was like, all right, let me see, and I heard that one. I was like, all right, let me see if I can get this one to work. And it came out good.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, it threw me for a loop, because when you sent it to me, you didn't tell me it was a different sample. So I was listening to it jamming like, man, this go hard, and I'm already writing to it. So I was like, hold on, this ain't even the sample I want. I was like, I'm gonna just tell him I'm gonna get this one and then the next one.
Yeah, because I was trying to, I think, it was 2 Mary Jane samples that you wanted. So it was another one, but I did that one. And what was another one we did for the album?
It was Sight All Night Long. Yeah.
Oh, All Night Long?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, that's a remake of LL did it, Yeah,
I called that one Alone. That's on my album.
Okay, Alone. Alright.
And we also did Hello, that's used to Michael Jackson.
Oh yeah.
The Love You Saved.
The Love You Saved, the Michael Jackson one. Yeah, that one was when you first told me about the sample, I immediately thought the Jay-Z and Just Blaze.
The I Want You Back.
Yeah, I immediately thought that. So I was like, alright, before you even told me it needed to be like hip hop, I had already heard all that. So it was just like, that was the instant, like that one came like really, really quick.
Yeah, I think I wrote that one while I was driving on Fundry somewhere too.
Oh, okay, you was just leaving from home.
I started writing that immediately.
Yeah. What was another one we did?
Divided. Remember the Forever beat?
Oh.
It was supposed to be on my last album.
Yeah, that one was one I just I did like maybe like right when I first started producing. I had I was trying to get more into like the musical side of it, and I was playing the pianos and I put the strings into it, and I kind of held that one back. But you would pick that one for the last album. That was supposed to be on the last album.
This album.
And it kind of, I think you forgot about it until I played it again. He was like, oh yeah, that one right there.
When I heard the beat, I already knew what I was going to talk about. What was crazy, I already wrote a verse. That's why when I heard it, I was like, it sounds like we can go to my first verse. Yeah. I just wrote the rest after I got the beat.
Yeah, that one was pretty much already done, like before you even got to this project. So that one was really supposed to be on the last one, but
yeah,
you made this one. That's good.
Then we, while I was going through my samples, I normally get like a list of samples before I call you. And I think I had like 3 songs, I can't remember all 3 of them, but one of them was Bad Girls. And so I heard my little brother, he was with me, my cousin Patrice, and Steven and Shannon, they was with me, and I played Bad Girls, and they were just singing them up, all of them together. And I was like, all right, this must be the sample I need to pick, because the other 2 songs before that, nobody said nothing. So I just ended up calling. He was like, y'all want to go with the Donna Summer sample for Bad Girls.
Bad Girls is funny to me, because Bad Girls is probably like the toughest one that you gave me, because it was just like, when I heard it, I was like, I don't know how I'm going to be able to make that work. But I had to, I know you had said you wanted like a new age sound to it, because if I had just straight sampled it, I don't think it would have worked. So I had to switch it up. But that one was probably like the toughest one. That one and it's a PBE.
Oh, Breaking My Heart.
Breaking My Heart. That was probably the 2 hardest ones right there.
Yeah. That was kind of self-explanatory. When I was looking for a song, I wanted to talk about a breakup.
Yeah.
So I thought Breaking My Heart would be like the perfect sample to use for someone breaking your heart.
Yeah, I mean, that is the perfect sample. It's saying everything you needed to say right there. But that one right there, I like that one because that one made me like really try like to recreate, what do they call it, like an interpolation of the sample where you replay it. That was like one of the first ones I really tried to do like that. So that one like that right there is kind of special because that kind of changed my whole little style up. So.
Yeah. I actually was going to give that song to a different singer at the time, and then when I played it for them, they was like, who was that? I never heard this before. Like, you never heard this before? They was like, no. I was like, it was Mid Condition. Mm-hmm. And they was like, who was Mid Condition? So I just thought to myself, like, oh man.
What year was it born?
I know, right? And then what happened was, when I did Baby That's You, my cousin was with me, and he was like, yo man, thanks for having me on this album, man. Need me for any other thing? And then I remember the dude who didn't know what Mid Condition was, but I still wanted to work with him because, word is bond. So I played him a song. My cousin was like, oh, that's Mid Condition. I love how they play the piano, the guitar, and just listen to the excitement coming from him. I was like, I think that's a sign for me to get him to sing that hook. Yeah. He did his thing.
Yeah, he did his thing on that hook. I like that one.
Yeah. Baby That's You, I was going to sample a Prince song originally, but Prince just died. I don't want people to think I was just riding that wave.
Yeah.
So someone drove by my car, not by my car, but by my house in their car, and they was playing G's in the South So Real.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh man, why I never thought of that? That was like one of the first Houston songs I ever liked.
Yeah.
Besides Swinging and Banging.
Yeah, when you sent me the sample, I had forgot the song, and as soon as I heard it, that was automatically what I heard was the G's in the South. I was like, oh, okay. I was like, all right, let's try to do something a little different with it. But yeah, I feel you.
Mm. And we also have Don't Make Me Over.
Yeah.
I forgot who originally sung that.
It's two people. It was somebody that redid it in the 90s and got like that the club feel. I can't remember her name.
Yeah.
And then it's originally, I think it's Dionne Warwick.
Yeah, that's it.
It's originally Dionne Warwick. It was like I know when you told me about it and I looked it up, I seen two versions, and I heard the latter one, which I still can't remember who the singer is. I want to say Shanice, but I know it's not her.
Yeah.
But
I can't remember her name
either.
Which version you used?
I used the Dionne Warwick. It was more soulful.
Alright.
So I mean, the latter one was cool, but it was more the 90s feel. It didn't have like the vocals and all that in there. So.
Alright. And we also have the song with the time on it. Gigolos Get Lonely Too.
Gigolos Get Lonely Too, man. Funny thing about that is that came on while I was working at the shop yesterday. Me and my coworker started singing it. I just had to laugh when I heard it. But that is definitely that's a classic. That's Morris Day in the Time. That's Prince's fingerprints on it. So
you know, when I was looking through my songs, I never heard that song until that day. I feel bad, man.
I've heard it, but I didn't remember it until I heard it when I sampled it.
Yeah.
So
but it made sense because I heard other people sample it. I heard Gangsters Get Lonely Too.
Yeah.
And it was another person that did it too back in the 80s.
I know Cameron did it in like 2000 or something like that.
Yeah. And we got one more left. Frankie Beverly.
Oh yeah. We kind of went back and forth on it. You thought that was the you thought that was the Young Dolph and the T album. We went back and forth on that one for a little minute, but it was the other one. They took California and we just used the other one, but that one was pretty quick to do. It was just like straight sample and the beat break in it, and I think that was another one. He was like, keep it hip hop too.
Yeah.
So we kind of did like
that. Might be the last song for the album.
Okay. You gonna do another album? Or you finished?
I think I'm gonna do another one.
What's the other one gonna be about?
I'm thinking about going more conscious rap, because this one I was mostly talking about love and hip hop. The next one I want to talk about what's really going on in the world.
So are we doing samples, or what we gonna do with that?
Probably not samples, probably be like one or two, because I got something in mind already. I already started making on the list, because you know how I do, for a long time. I like, this is going to be the last album, I ain't going to be able to top this one. And then I just have a little cheat sheet, like, if I do another album, I'm going to use this.
It's always the last album with you until you get done, and it's like, nah, I got to do another one.
Yeah, that is true.
But I think that comes with being an artist, is always, I'm finished, but now I'm going to start something else.
That's right.
I can't wait to hear it. Well, I can't wait to hear this album in its entirety and see what you got, what the cheat sheet is for the next one.
Yeah, I'm already 3 songs in. I already know what it is.
I might have one on there. I might have one here to wait for you, but I gotta see. I gotta finish it.
Yeah. I'm gonna tell you one thing. That Still Waiting is gonna be on there.
Still Waiting?
Yeah, that's one of the 3.
Did you hear the? What was that one? It was Still Waiting.
I gotta get some exclusive.
It was another Juggish one I did.
Freaking You?
Yeah.
I'm trying to get Shannon to get that one.
Okay, cool.
I might have to get that for him and just put it on my album. So he got to get that one.
Yeah.
That's too dope.
But that ain't conscious though.
That is true.
Still Waiting to be conscious with that.
Yeah, Still Waiting. But that's the direction I'm thinking about going. It's not gonna do I Still Love Her 3, I don't think. It's gonna be a whole different title. I'm thinking about also calling this one Still Love Her 2, maybe Lost in Love. I'm still trying to let that marinate.
Lost in Love is actually a good one. Since you did I Still Love Her, Lost in Love is probably a better.
My name is Mia Stokes. I have been working on a track from the new project from Phoeno called I Still Love Her Part 2. I am really looking forward to this album to drop. We worked on this song called Let It Go. I had previously worked on a song with him, and it was more of a 90s feel, but he wanted to call me back in and see if I could do more of an anthem type style on this song, and I think it worked out really well. I have a background in entertainment marketing. I used to work for Interscope Records and then Bad Boy, started doing a lot of promotional work, street teams and projects, and doing a lot of exclusive events for artists like 50 Cent and Snoop, and it was really cool. I definitely have leveraged my network. I now own my own marketing firm, and I'm getting city certified by the city. And on the business side, that's been great. On the music side, I've definitely been fortunate to step in front of the camera now and present my EP that will be coming out in August called Who Is Mia Stokes, and I'm looking forward to the world to seeing the vulnerable side of me and seeing who I am as an artist.
We working on Let It Go. We also worked on Don't Make Me Over before that.
Yes, dope project. The Don't Make Me Over, I loved it. It had this 90s vibe. Shout out to the whole Miss Chalet cover I was able to do. It was definitely fun. And then coming in on this project for his new album, which I'm excited about. It's called
I Still Luv Her Part II.
Right.
Called Lost in Love.
And the song we worked on, Let It Go, I just did this awesome little short anthem, and I hope you guys like it. So I'm excited about the project.
When I came up with the idea with the song, because K Music, he did the beat, I was just trying to figure out different ways to go in a relationship. And when I first started out the project, that was the first song. I was like, I got to start with something deep in love. And most people, when they're in love, they're always with somebody. They be like, you need to change this, you need to change that. And it's not all about changing. So
it's actually not about changing people at all.
Definitely not.
Love is about loving somebody for who they are and coming as you are and somebody accepting you as you are. It's actually not about change.
And I thought that was the perfect sample because she said, don't make me over. So I was like, bam. That's how
it was fun. It was definitely fun.
And how I came to Mia Stokes, I was going on the internet. I was on SoundCloud or it was YouTube, and I seen her playing. Somebody was playing.
My guitarist playing a guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah. On Metro.
On Metro.
Riding down Houston, Maine. Yeah. So hey, viral. It works. Viral connection. Yeah. And look at that. Now we're making music together. So that's pretty awesome.
So when I heard her voice, I was like, that would be perfect for it. And then I don't know if I ever told you this, when I recorded it and was telling K Music, most of the time I tell people my crazy ideas, they just look at me like, okay. Yeah. And then when I let him hear you sing on it, because he didn't hear the you on Metro singing, but when he heard the actual track, he was like, where did you find her at?
Literally, online on Metro.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, that sounds perfect. And here we are, song number 2.
Well, it's smart creativity. That's executive producing. That's what that is.
Yeah. Even though they tell me I need to stop that and just be an artist. I don't know how to just be an artist. I think an artist is all that and combined.
Yeah, that is being an artist. Executive production is artistic creativity. So, exactly. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm DJ Shawnee, creator of Strip Club Trapping, member of the Go DJs, Core DJs. I've been knowing Phoeno for a long time now. Been working with him on numerous projects. On this particular project, I'm on a song called Shine On, and I'm doing some comedy skit work on one of the interludes. I act like I was in jail. You're probably gonna hear that. It's gonna be real funny. A little bit about me. I was discovered by cut creator LL Cool J's famous DJ, and I was discovered by Go DJ High Seat, creator of the Go DJs in Houston. I've been DJing for like 17 years, still going and having a great time doing it, making music, making money, having fun.
We've been working together, man, for a good minute, man. I think the first time I met him, man, thinking back, I think it was MySpace when I heard him doing his interview when I was on the other side of the door. I was like, man, I have been knowing him for a good amount of time.
Yeah.
And it's when I was first working on my first mixtape.
Yeah, these are first mixtape, man. I had my store in Sharpstown Mall.
Exactly.
I had a store in Sharpstown Mall. It was my first store. We sold mixtapes, t-shirts, you name it. It was called Trap City. And you used to come see me every day, man. I appreciate that. Man.
Just for no reason. I was like, what you doing, man? I'm just gonna call and do that.
We got that first mixtape done, and now you got an album, man. That's what's up, bro.
Appreciate it.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you, man. We came a long way, man.
Real long way.
Still got
proud
it
of
up,
man. Real, let's get it.
Yeah. And long story short, man, appreciate you, man, for showing up also too, man.
Man, we're gonna get it in till the wheels fall off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.